Tonight, we're thrilled to explore the inspiring journey of a visionary who has played a role in bringing Philippine artisanal fashion to the US market. We're going to delve into his humble beginnings, the challenges he faced, as well as his remarkable victories, and his aspirations for the future, all through the lens of his contributions to Philippine artisanal fashion awareness in the US market. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Flexing Philippines, your premier live stream dedicated to the Philippine-made products. I'm Ferdinand, your steadfast ads advocate, and also co-founder of EmPHorium. And tonight's episode is titled "The Rise of Importing Philippine Artisanal Embroidery Fashions in the U.S. Market." Now, this show aims to encourage, empower, educate, and inspire those interested in introducing Philippine-made products into the U.S. and building a successful business around it. Now, before we introduce our guest today, I'd like to go ahead and take a moment, just a brief moment, to recognize some of EmPHorium supporters by showcasing their products and services, and starting with this one. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Ron, and this is Teofilo Coffee Company. Where we drink coffee black.
And welcome back to Flexing Philippines. And for those, again, who just tuned in, Flexing Philippines, in a nutshell, what it's trying to do is we're trying to encourage, empower, and educate anyone out there who is interested in creating a business in, with by selling or promoting Philippine-made products. We're trying to encourage this. We're trying to go ahead and educate you and trying to truly empower you, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of amazing products in the Philippines, and we're trying to get them here in the U.S. market. And thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you stay tuned. All right. With that being said, I want to go ahead and get right into our guest and bring him up here. And let me go ahead and do it properly by reading to you his introduction, as well as all of his efforts in the last few years. I've interviewed him before, but he has come such a long way from that interview that we did 2 years ago. So I don't want to go ahead and do it properly. So let me go ahead and give you a little bit of an excerpt of his introduction. Well, not an excerpt, but the whole thing, I suppose. He was born in Lumban, Laguna, which is known as the embroidery capital of the Philippines. It's renowned for their hand embroidered husi and piña cloth. I want to make sure I said that correctly. It's worn by Filipino women as baro at saya, which is Filipiniana, and by men as barong Tagalog. His early exposure to his mother's embroidery shaped his desire to become a fashion designer. He wants to teach the next generation of artists this beautiful technique because, in his opinion, embroidery is a dying art form. In the Philippines, he plans to establish a center educating the youth on embroidery and cultural values and the uplifting of power of fashion using his own funds. Now, coming onto your screen, let's go ahead and introduce the one and only Amiel Noble. Mr. Noble, sir, how are you?
Good. How are you, Sir Ferdinand? Nice. Thank you for letting me come back to the Flexing Philippines or EmPHorium podcast.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and do the brand because that's what I'm trying to do with Philippines. I'm trying to flex. Okay. I'm trying to flex Philippines. Yeah.
Yes. So definitely.
That's what we're just trying to do here. And by the way, are we getting a little bit of an echo?
A little bit, yes.
Okay, let me go ahead down a bit. Why an echo? I have no idea. But anyway, let's continue. Okay. I think what I may have.
So how you been, Ferdinand?
I'm good, Amiel. I just want to make sure that we don't have that echo because I want to get every little bit of information from you. And because I think at the end of the day, what you have to give to our audience today is going to be so amazing. So with that being said, why don't we start with, let's find out how you started. I mean, for goodness sake, I mean, you've told me your aspirations moving forward. So why don't we go start? What Noble Creations all about, and also your origin. How did you get to this point? How did you start the business? What do you want to do? And we'll start with that.
Okay, okay. Well, I got introduced in e-commerce back in 2017. It's when I joined the online course about how to sell products in Amazon. But the gist of that course is that you're supposed to buy cheap products from China, then sell it for profit in Amazon. But that raises a lot of questions for me because first, I don't know the product. Like, why, if people will ask me about it, what will I do or how valuable that is? So I just kept on asking. I mean, what's important? At least there's a line in that course that says sell a product that is a solution to a problem. So I keep digging on the right question to answer, and that is how significant a product will be for me as a businessman, and how significant is the product for me as a Filipino immigrant. And to answer that question, luckily I was, as everybody, I mean, for everybody to know, I was born and raised in Lumban, Laguna. It's called the embroidery capital of the Philippines. My mother is an actual bordadera during her prime. And I grew up in a community of artisans that creates this masterpieces of Barong Tagalog and Filipiniana. So I I decided to focus on that. So to help, at least I know the product as personally, and to help my fellow kababayans in Lumban to give them more jobs and for me to bring here in the States. That's how Noble Creations started really, and until now.
Well, I think most of the people that I've run into the years when they're trying to promote Philippine made products, there is that common denominator, which you just stated, which is the love for what you're about to try to expose to the world. So keep expanding on that, because what we're trying to do is let people who love something about the Philippines share it to the world, share it to the US market. And that's what you were doing right in the beginning.
Mhm. Yes, yes. Um, because yeah, to answer the question about how what significant product to sell in the U.S.
Mhm.
is, to to give a solution to that problem is, and one of that is like how can we purchase a product like Barong Tagalog and Filipiniana, which will showcase our cultural identity as a Filipino here in the States.
Correct.
And it was a no brainer for me to put up this business because first of all I was born in that habitat and that ecosystem of building Barong Tagalog and Filipinianas. So the fact that I was able to brought it here, I helped my fellow kababayans in Lumban, and at the same time, the appreciation of the Filipino community to bringing that product here and having that additional selection on what to wear during Filipino events uh, like weddings, baptism, and a lot more.
Correct. I mean, there's a lot of events going on in the Filipino community. We sort of joked around it earlier today that
Oh yeah,
you're filling a need. I think at the end it's gonna. I mean, we're going ahead of the show, right? But I wanted to tell you. I mean, I wanted to share everybody what we said earlier that I think every Filipino or Filipina, for all that matter, it should have
yeah,
like a Filipiniana in their wardrobe, because it's just pride, right? So that's why I feel like when you started it, you were telling me that that was one of your visions.
true, true. Because based on experience of people that will come to my shop, that I will ask them like, when was the last time you were a Filipiniana or a Barong Tagalog? And they will say, I've never tried one. It's like, really, it's about time for you to try one, to
Uh-huh.
showcase your true self, like as a Filipino. And at least, yeah, and at least all of us as a Filipino Americans should have at least one pair of Barong, one pair of Filipiniana in our closet to wear, because there are lots of events like what we talk about. There are lots of Filipino events that the community is producing, and not just big celebrations, but casual Filipino events too.
It doesn't have to be because if people visit your shop, there's different types of Barong Tagalog, right, or Filipiniana, and I've noticed that. So it doesn't have to be like a formal thing. Like when I was growing up and I saw my mom and dad or my grandpa going into an event here, they would wear Barong Tagalog because that was pride. That was pride.
Yes.
Why you were wearing it. But now it doesn't have to be just about getting dressed up. It could just be because your pride just to be Filipino. It doesn't matter where you are. You're representing, right? Just like
Yes.
I hope someday for you that to a certain degree, with the youth, everybody likes the hoodie, right? I mean, to me, I would love to see where the young Filipinos could relate to that and use that and say, well, yeah, that's cool. I like this. I like this Barong Tagalog or this sort of a representation of their culture, and hopefully that becomes a part of your growth or part of the market.
That's actually one of the main goal of Noble Creations is to create a Barong Tagalog, a Filipiniana that would actually resonate to the younger generations. And I think we're kind of happy when young generations of Philam, when they come in here, they get so excited in what they see in our product, and that's it also makes me feel good when they come in here in droves, like in groups,
Yeah,
that they would want to wear Barong Tagalog and Filipiniana on their graduation, on their debut, on their proms.
exactly.
Those
Yes,
those are those are the times that actually makes me proud. It's like the future of our culture is in actually in good hands because of
yes,
these young generations that are excited to wear our Barong Tagalog and Filipinianas, and that's why we should relate on them, because there's like an old thinking that Barong Tagalog and Filipinianas are just for old folks,
no,
just because
no,
it's like it's a dated kind of wear, Filipino wear. But what we're kind of trying to introduce here, every time they come in here, see the dresses, it's still Filipiniana, it's still a Filipino inspired dresses, but it's something that you can relate to, something that you would want to wear also even in a just casual wear, and be proud to flex as a Filipino.
yeah, but you see, it somebody a designer had to sort of see that vision too, right? Because obviously you could have had somebody who's sort of a old school, not nothing against that, I'm just saying somebody had to see that and see that there's a need. And that's why in the beginning of the show I said you're a visionary. I knew that's what you were trying to achieve. And at the end of the day, we just sort of had to change the mindset of the next
Yes.
generation to see that the Barong Tagalog and the Filipiniana is not um, uh, a level of, let's just say, formality, that it's part of you, it's part of your culture, because the way you
Mhm.
design your stuff, it represents a lot of that. And again, for those people who don't know where Lumban is, it's obviously in the Philippines, but that's what the province is known
Yes.
for that.
And when I started Noble Creations, it's actually one of the main goal of the business is that our Barong Tagalog and Filipiniana should actually be different, not in a way that it's different. I mean, not in the way that people will think that it's not Barong Tagalog or Filipiniana anymore. It's still a Filipiniana Barong Tagalog inspired, but something that relatable, something that will resonate to the younger generations. Because we can't be stuck on we catered for everybody, even for our senior ones,
Yes,
even the youngest one. That's the only way we can prosper as a business and prosper as a culture. For people to love our items, we have to like go with the flow, or go with the fashion.
yes. You definitely did that, Amiel, because like I said, your designs, if the youth are coming into your shop doing all of that, they're seeing it in a different light. And I think only through time will tell, and you're creating that. Okay.
True.
So I'm sort of excited about that. So I sort of want to circle back because this show is not only about you and your success and being able to have you on the show, and we're excited, right? But I also want to deliver it back to the people who are thinking of Philippine-made products, because you know one of the things that separates Philippines from the rest of the world, I think, at least and then it's a good representation of your province, right? is the artisanal stuff, right? So there's
Yes.
a lot of products in the Philippines that I would like that anybody's watching us right now to really create this. And when we're here to inspire you, and hopefully you do that. And because obviously your journey so far, Amiel, is that you took that leap. You took that leap and said, I'm going to do it. So before we end the show, can you go ahead and just tell us that moment in time when you said, I'm really going to do this. I'm going to have a store. I'm going to be known in the community in that regards. I know that you told me that wasn't your purpose, but can you just go to that moment in time when you said, I'm going to do it? I'm going to go ahead and promote Philippine products. I'm going to promote this product.
It it was actually a nerve wracking decision to do that, because whenever there's a decision, a business decision like that, it involves a lot of finances, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of risk actually. But when you believe in your product, and you believe there's a need for it, and you believe that you're aiding a solution to a problem, you have to really believe in it. And I took that leap of faith, that I did jump on that. So it doesn't matter. I mean, if I spend this much of money, but I've always have this in my head that bringing this product in the US will not only benefit for myself, it will benefit a lot of people back home, and it will benefit the Filipino community, and probably the Filipinos, the diaspora of the Filipinos in around the world, because I'm bringing them something that they will be very proud of. And yeah, having this shop really took a lot of guts to put up, because the expenses that comes with it, the the time, the effort, and the stress that I have to that I have to endure just to have this store. But it's all worth it now, because the smile on the faces of the Filipinos, our kababayans that enters once they enter the door, you can see like the amazement. Oh, and I have to tell them, this is ours. This is our dresses. This is our culture. You know, you're just seeing it in a different light now, and that makes me proud whenever they say like, "Oh, I love your shop. I love the dresses that you're selling." So, and that keeps me going too. Like, I have to put up new stuff. I have to, like, continue the trend, continue the putting up products in here that will definitely make Filipinos come back in here.
Okay, so this is the part where we end the show. And again, just to pay homage to what the show is about. So you're basically, again, flexing, right? You're flexing your
Yes.
stuff, right? You're flexing Philippines, right? That's what you're doing.
Yes.
You're not trying to be a braggart, but you're just showing the strength of what the Philippines can do as far as what it can contribute in terms of products and sharing the culture. And that's what I like about it. So I'm going to
Yeah.
end this segment right there, okay? Because
Okay.
I want to sort of segue into the next segment and say that
Hmm.
you're a spiritual man, right? We talked about what you were praying for and why you
Hmm.
did that. So it was basically answered. So if you're watching us right now, please stay tuned so that you can you'll know what Amiel was praying about. Okay, as far as what he wants to do. Simple man, I love it. I love what he was praying about. So let's go ahead and take a quick break. But before I do the quick break, let's do a sample. I want to go ahead and do a poll. So the poll that I want to do is if which modern twist on traditional Philippine garments would you like to see next? So for those who are watching us right now, I would love for you guys to make a comment, or just if you see this on a reel or something, go ahead and let us know what would you like. So the question is, which modern twist on traditional Philippine garments would you like to see next? A, barong with contemporary art prints. B, Filipiniana gowns with avant-garde silhouettes. C, eco-friendly materials and classic designs. And D, high-tech wearable tech integrated into traditional attire. Quick, really quick, Amiel, which one would you choose?
Ooh, we're doing eco-friendly Filipino avant-garde, doing that. Barong with contemporary artists, we're doing that. Maybe the letter D. Let's try letter D. High-tech
Yeah,
wearable
probably
tech integrated. Yeah.
can you
That one
imagine?
I haven't tried yet. Yeah.
Can you imagine gamers with high tech stuff like that? You know, while they're playing the
Yeah.
game, they're wearing a
Like
Barong.
LED infused Barong Tagalog.
Exactly,
The
exactly.
different it shows different designs every 5 seconds.
Well, somebody responded, Jay Bravo, Jay Bravo. Type in who you are if you want to, but thank you for participating. Jay Bravo said B or C.
Filipiniana gowns with
So
avenues.
I don't know if you can see it. He said B and C. He wants Filipiniana gowns with avant-garde silhouettes or eco-friendly materials and classic design. Good choice. What do you think? Right?
I like letter C too. Eco-friendly materials in classic designs. I'm really more into classic designs too. I just incorporate contemporary designs in my product, but I'm more of a classic design person. So yeah, I really do like that too. Plus eco-friendly materials. That will be
That
nice.
that will bring the Philippine products or artisanal stuff again to the next level. So I'm
Yes.
excited. All right. So somebody said her name is V Bravo, founder of Sabi ni Lolo.
Lolo.
Oh, you know her?
Sabi ni Lolo. I've heard of the Sabi ni Lolo, not the person really.
Well,
But
Sabi
I
ni
think I
Lolo
did. I think I do. But
V. We'd love for you to maybe chime in and say more about what you think about the. It seems like you're
yeah,
Sabi ni Lola.
I've been seeing a lot of AI designs.
Yeah,
I don't know if you came across with those AI designs. That's
yeah.
like very avant-garde, different kind of silhouettes.
Let's bring
Maybe
it
we
to
can try that too. Yeah,
I don't care. Let's bring it to the next level. V, if you want
yeah.
to give us some ideas, I'll
And
plant whatever your thoughts in
it
the
became
stream.
so viral because it's really beautiful. It's an AI design, but it's really beautiful. Maybe we can try that too.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna try
Yep.
that. All right, we're gonna go take a quick break. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break and just to reset for our next segment. All right, so
Yeah. Please
and
continue to stay tuned.
I know, I know. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and show the next supporter of. Did we already show? They already showed Teofilo Coffee? No, I didn't. Right?
You did. You did.
Oh, you did. Okay, let me go ahead. This is our
Yeah.
faithful supports Emporium. So let's go ahead and check it out.
All right.
Okay, and we're back. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Watching, you are now watching Flexing Philippines. And again, the reason why we called it Flexing Philippines is not just to show off or anything like that. We're all about pride. We're all about trying to just
Yes, of course.
that's right. Create more awareness and sales opportunities for Philippine made products. And today's guest, I'm excited because I chased him down literally. Well, not maybe literally, but I hounded him like I'm some sort of stalker. I start calling him, hey, can you appear again? I thought like that was 2 years ago when he appeared, right? All of a sudden, his success. I'm glad that he wasn't, he was turning into
Oh
the
yeah.
but he's not. He's still very cool. He responded to me and he said, "Great, I'll be on the show." But so now this next segment that we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about the success, but of what he's had so far since that 2 years ago that he appeared on the show. I'm not gonna embarrass him, show him that because at the end of the day, it was a different. He was in a different situation, or he was striving for all this, and that's why I'm so excited, right? Anyway, so if you just stay tuned, I mean, if you just came on, you're watching Welcome Philippines. I have on my name is Ferdinand. I'm the host of this little fiasco here, but I'm here because I want to promote Philippine-made products. I'm an advocate of it. Period. So I have Amiel Noble from Noble Creation, who's here to talk about not only about his company, but sort of I'm guiding him along so that we can get a gist or the spirit of what his journey is about. So now we're at that segment where we're calling it Weaving Success by Noble Creation. So tell us, what did you pray for, my friend? What did you pray for when you were going through this?
I prayed a lot, actually. I prayed a lot because, this is my first venture as a businessman here in the US. So, I mean, I always have my personal prayers. It's easy to pray for something, like I hope that, I pray that people will buy my product. It's easy to pray for that. But I think it's more important that to know that I can't do this by myself. I can't have people to know everything about noble creations by myself. So my actual prayer every night about my business is that for for God to lead me to people, for God to lead me to meet people that will genuinely help me promote noble creations and the product that I am selling.
That's
So
me.
I didn't pray that my business to grow exponentially right away. No, I really wanted to meet people that is uh, that will believe in my product, and that will take me to another level, to a higher level of commitment in pursuing this business or promote this business. So when people ask me like how did I get into those fashion shows, those community events, God is good that I've never really asked for this. Not personally that I asked to join these events. Either it's a community events or the fashion shows. There will be people that will connect me to these people to join, to participate on that, to be part of those events. So I guess God is good in that way that I get to introduce our products through with the help of the people that I've met. So those are my prayers, really.
No, no, I wanted people to know that because I don't know if you showed to or tell people that you're a spiritual guy, but I'm a not a big fan. I shouldn't say that. I love that, admire that because you weren't asking for riches, so to speak, maybe down the lane, that down the line maybe,
Yeah.
but your your idea of wanting to just collaborate with people that resonates with me, my friend, because with I've everything that I've done so far, I will tell you that you've done really well. You know, in the 2 years that the last time I spoke to you on this interview, you gone into fashion shows. I mean, like I was telling you over the phone 2 days ago, not just any fashion show. Okay, you're these are very well branded and known fashion show. You've met a lot of interesting people, and to me, does that mean that you're successful? Yeah, that's part of it because you need to get the product out there. Not only are you doing something for yourself, but you're elevating the culture. I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you, Ferdinand. Appreciate that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, describe that more. Because in the first segment, we were talking about your challenges, right? The risk. You were like sweating, like, oh my God, this thing is hard. What the hell? But
Yep.
now that you're getting some traction, I'm sure it feels pretty good. How do you know? Does that encourage you? Does that sort of, okay, I got the first step. I'm going for it. I can see my vision. I can see it. So
Hmm.
tell me about that because the people that are wanting to bring products from the Philippines, I want them to know that there is going to be a moment like that, especially now. Am I telling them to pray? Maybe. Am I telling them to work hard? Definitely. Am I telling them to collaborate? Definitely. But please tell your experience and how that came about.
Well, until now, I keep doing what I do because I still believe that there's still uh, a lot more steps or a lot more places to conquer or a lot more ideas to to complete. During those times, really, I just worked. I just worked and really not put into my head that I'm already successful. Until now, actually, I don't. Medyo mababaw lang ako. I'm not really that type of person that would ask for heaven and earth.
Mhm.
I'm really happy to where I am now because of the humble beginnings that I have. This is actually huge for me. From the barrio to here and having noble creations known here in, at least in Southern California, I think it's really huge for me already. But I don't want it to get into my head that I'll be too complacent about, about my position now, whatever it is in the community, what people keep telling me. So I still try to move forward and put on some more ideas, and still think that because deep in my heart, I still think that I'm still starting, because there's a lot more spaces that I need to fill, a lot more ideas to complete,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
that's what keeps me going, actually. Because for 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 all the right reason, I mean, I have a lot more. I had a lot more things to do, and that is, to probably to put more noble creation branches around the U.S., or probably in a different country, or expand the business. Well, not or it's actually a goal also to expand the business, not just in Barong Tagalog or Filipiniana, but also, to make it as a mainstream product that actually uh, uh, a contemporary fashion, but
Like
still Filipino inspired.
like I said to you, what I would like to happen to you is that every Filipino or Filipiana to have a Barong
Yes.
or Filipiana. That would be just a great start. And you know what the beautiful thing is about what's happening with Filipino, Amiel, is that you see, I know there's still Filipinos married to each other, but there's a lot of other Filipinos married to non-Filipinos, right? So we're spreading the
True.
culture. So from a
Yes.
marketing standpoint, you're introducing that. You see that's why I feel like if you have any connection with Filipino, that would be fantastic.
And mind you also, and this is a pure flexing, all right. um there's none, I mean, all of the non-Filipinos that have seen our product, that have seen Barong Tagalog and Filipinianas, the non-Filipinos, okay, I'm talking about non-Filipinos, they really find our traditional dresses beautiful, classic, elegant, and this is genuinely from those people. And that's why I believe that we do have a place in that global market, that people of whatever race, so whoever, wherever, and whenever, they can wear Filipino products, as long as we find that right designs, right fabric. But the beauty of our culture, the beauty of our dresses transcends globally. Actually, I believe in that.
Beauty's beauty at the end of the day.
Yes.
Everybody, everything is about the eyes of the but using the eye of the beholder. I'm a big fan of that to a certain degree, right? But I guess to me, that's where the the foundation that you've already created could elevate to. And I've also even told you my little two ideas about what you need to do to create more opportunities, not only from your finished product, but also the materials from the Philippines.
Mhm.
But that's another discussion altogether. And I just wanted to bring that to you again. And but I also wanted to go back to Jay Bravo. She says, I can have my designer send some ideas for AI design. So she's gonna reach out to you, my friend. So kind of watch
All
out for
right.
that. That's
All
cool.
right.
All
Yeah.
right. And
As long as it's doable, and I know there's a lot of beautiful designs from AI, we
yeah.
can, like, tweak it a little bit, but still it will be beautiful.
Well, she said that also that's a beautiful and inspiring prayer. At the end of the day, it is inspiring. So I'm going to ask you one last question before we end this segment, and then I'm going to go take the second poll. Okay,
Mm.
so my question is, how can you share a quick story of a customer or event that particularly resonated with your brand? I know you already said something about the young people, but was there anyone in
Mhm.
particular that you can share that you said, I have arrived as far as people loving my product?
Okay, so there's this one event that I attended. This is like, I think this is if I remember it right, this is uh, like a launching or premiere of a Filipino movie made in the States. I'm not gonna, or a 1521 movie. It was some sort of like a premiere
Yeah, right,
premiere
right.
night. Yeah,
Remember that.
premiere night of that movie. So they have a red carpet and all that. When I got into that event, one by one, most of the Filipinos that came in was wearing Noble Creations. So
Nice.
a friend of mine is like, "Is that yours? Is that yours? Yeah, it's mine. Is that yours? Yeah, it's mine." So then they will recognize me. "Oh, aren't you Amiel? Yeah, you. I'm wearing you." It's like, "Yeah, yeah, thank you." So that's actually one of the moments that I said that, yeah, we're here. We arrived.
Yep. Yep.
So that was a really nice experience. Not for to brag, but flexing is part of it. I'm really proud of that moment. And also, when there was this client of mine that came in here who said that he had never wear a barong before, never worn a barong before, because he's into the plus size, like
Mhm.
no barongs that will fit him right, and he needs it like in less than 2 weeks time to attend to his brother's wedding, and he's the only one who can't wear barong Tagalog in Filipiniana. And I was like, I will move heaven and earth to have you wear a barong.
Nice.
So I measured him right there and then. Quick call to the family back home. Make this right away if you can rush it, and then send it right away. And we have 2 days spare. I called him up. You can pick up your barong now. And he wore that barong and tagged me. Thanked me from the bottom of his heart. He said, like, I've never worn a barong, but I am so happy I've met you.
You know,
Because
really quick.
that's another thing that I would like to share. I would want to fulfill. It's like, you know, I always wanted to say that everybody should have a barong Tagalog. Everybody should wear. Yeah, it's about time for Filipinos in the Filipino American community to wear barong. But if I can't provide that for him, then I'm not doing the talk. I'm not walking the talk that I do. So I I moved mountains to make that happen, and he was very happy, and I'm very happy for that. It's not about just having a client buying my barong, but it's a fulfillment of a. I mean, it's not like a dying wish. No, it's not. It's like a wish for him as a Filipino, a proud Filipino American that can't wear a barong. So that's another thing.
Well, we're talking about barong, but we haven't showed one except the one that you're wearing. So on our next segment, I'm going to go ahead and use that segment to show some of your creation, and then on the fourth segment, we'll show some of the pictures that as far as your any of the awards and any of that, all the successes that you've had so far. We can go ahead and show everybody that. But on the next segment, let's show some of your creations. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a quick break. But before we take the break, let me go ahead and do my next poll again, okay?
Okay.
All right. So the next one that we want to go ahead and ask everybody is how important, and by the way, anybody watching us now, please chime in. We'd love to know more about, just like what Jay Bravo was just posting. We love that because at the end, we know that there are other like-minded people who are interested in creating Philippine products, or rather, they're inspired, that want to keep on sharing Philippine-made products. So with this next poll, the question is, how important is it for you that Philippine-made garments are eco-friendly? A, very important. B, somewhat important. C, nah, not very important. And D, not important at all. I base my purchase on style and price only. So I can't ask you that because you make that, well, Amiel. So I'm just gonna go leave that on for a quick minute, and then we'll go on a break. But for now, I just want everybody to, or who are watching, just go ahead and let me know which one is important to you. Okay. So with that being said, let me go ahead and prepare the next um, uh, supporter of Emporium show on your screen now. So let's go ahead and go ahead and let you see who are one of our supporters. The next one is from a company called Bayani Pay.
Libre remittance at mataas na exchange rate? With Bayani Pay, mas secure na, mas mura pa! Ang Bayani Pay ay bank-to-bank transfer na walang middleman, kaya mas maaasahan. Sa registration, kailangan lang mag-scan ng ID at mag-selfie para sure na ikaw talaga yan. At pag nag-connect ka na ng bank account, huwag kang mag-alala dahil di namin ini-store ang bank details mo. Sigurado na darating ang remittance mo dahil kumpleto ang information ng iyong recipient. Remit na with Bayani Pay!
All right, that was Bayani Pay. And the reason why, if you haven't figured it out, if you've been watching Flexing Philippines all this time, these are the people that support us, not just because they support and I want to show their commercial, but there's a reason why I show these supporters, because Bayani Pay is actually a good partner to have, because in the end, if somebody's trying to buy a product from the Philippines, is that, to me, the most cost effective way to do that. Let's just say you want to buy a pallet of Philippine made products. Bayani Pay would be the one there. It's remittance, but it's for business. So they'll handle X amount of transaction, and you'll be able to send your products to the Philippines relatively quickly. So if you're wanting to buy a pallet of, let's say, furniture or something, or arts and crafts, and you want to do that, you can just send Bayani Pay. It's almost like it's a remittance. The fees are minimal, if any, and the exchange rates are amazing. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and bring back the guest of honor, the one that I've been making sure that he appears here, because he's very inspiring. The journey that my guest Amiel Noble has taken on has been, for me, pretty stellar, honestly. Because, like I said, I can measure the amount of events that he's gone and what he's accomplished in the 2 years that I've last interviewed him. He has a store now, right? And then he's very well connected as far as the fashion scene, and people are respecting the designs that he has, and people are wearing it. So for me, I'm very thankful for him to come on this show and be able to not only be on the show, but I'm all about trying to have him inspire people who want to bring Philippine made products to the US. So let's go ahead and bring back Amiel Noble of Noble Creation. Amiel, you're back.
I'm back.
Yes, you are.
Thanks, man.
Okay, so let's go ahead and show the audience the some of your creation. You want me to do that?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. All right. There you go. That's, while it's going, you can go ahead and just talk about it, and I'll let you do all that.
Yes, this one is from Los Angeles Fashion Week last October last year, September, October last year. This one, specifically the one that she's wearing, is a piña fabric, hand embroidered in a light pink color. Shout out to my mentor, my friend Alexis Monsanto, for letting me join him on that prestigious event. Yeah, this one is, yeah. Yep, that was a Los Angeles Fashion Week last October. This one too, yes. Oh, I love this one. This is like the Piña Barong.
So tell me, what's it like to be in LA Fashion Week, Amiel?
There's a lot of work you put up into that just to come up with, come up with a 10-minute show. The amount of stress, the amount of things that you need to do, and things you need to worry about just to come up with that is really humbling. But then again, at the completion, you're like in cloud nine. Like, you'll ask yourself, like, did I really get to participate in Los Angeles Fashion Week? This small town boy is now walking as part of this prestigious event. And not only that, last year I also did that last month. February. Los Angeles Fashion Week, also for winter collection. But before all the Los Angeles Fashion Week, I did New York Fashion Week also as last year as well. So there are lots of things that happened. As you said, like 2 years after after you have me on your show.
Mm-hmm.
But these are like the biggest fashion shows that I've been with, and got connected by people that I met, and very thankful. These are one of my proudest moments in the industry, actually, and to showcase Filipiniana's fabrics and embroideries that are made from my hometown of Lumban, Laguna. Even my hometown was very proud to see the artistic crafts that they've made walking, strutting down the runway of Los Angeles Fashion Week. And it's a big deal actually for me and to my fellow kababayans in Lumban.
I can imagine it's like watching a championship game, right? Where everybody's like rooting. Everybody probably in Lumban. Yeah, yes, yes. They're
I
doing that
wouldn't
all
I
day.
wouldn't have imagined this myself too back when I was I mean back like 2 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is a big deal.
You see, I want to put this in perspective because people who want to bring products from the Philippines may not see it the same way, may not meet the same success. Okay. But in the end, where I'm just trying to tell the people watching us to say that this is this is just a step. This moment when you're seeing everybody that not just Filipinos that are admiring the products and you're exposing it, everybody will have a different what's the word I'm looking for? We'll have a different reference point what success is. I'm sure this is not the only marker for you, but it's a marker. I mean, am I right? I mean, it is a marker, and you're trying to build on that marker now that you have people notice and aware of your designs. I can I'm excited for what's up ahead for you.
Yes, I mean, no matter how, as I've said, how difficult, how stressful to put up this kind of shows, these are the shows that actually uh, bring noble creations at the forefront of the fashion industry, and not just in the big stage, but also to the people who are watching or have seen this collections during that fashion week. Because I have to let everybody know that we exist. That's the very root of marketing your product. You have to let people know that your brand exists, and you have to believe in your product. Because if you don't, if, if you have slight hesitation on your product, you would really have doubts on the success of it. But if you truly believe on the quality and the beauty and the the uh, the essence of the product that you're bringing up. I mean, there's no way that no one can stop you. But as long as you promote it and market it and let people know that you exist, that's another thing. You know how it works, Birdie.
Yeah, I know. And promoting is very hard work. You design, you run a business. Promoting Philippine made products is
Yes.
not easy. So that's why I go back to that comment. You gotta love what it is. So that if you're watching this right now, whether you're watching this live or later on and you see the reels, the social media posting, my advice all the time is you got to love what you're doing because that'll carry you through to the next level of frustration and challenges that you have. You promoting a product that not only hopefully you'll sell millions of them,
Mm.
thousands or whatever, but you're also doing something not only to uplift the livelihoods to have livelihoods in the Philippines, but also the culture. Because I'm all about mentally elevating the Philippine brand, not just one product, but also the brand
Yes.
that can be known for artisanal, unique, healthy products that are affordable and it solves a problem. Okay, so we're running into the last segment of because I don't want to miss out on the next thing that we're gonna do. But for now, I want you to end this segment with tell me what's up ahead for you. What do you want to do with Noble Creation after we come here? Excuse me.
Yes.
After we come here, are
Yeah.
you doing any event this weekend?
Oh yeah. By next month, shout out also to my friends who are I'm part of this community event that we will be having, the Mayfest on May 19. We will have it's a caravan of food vendors, and we will have fashion shows. We will have Santa Cruzan on that event, May 19 in Carson. I
Nice.
will post it on my social medias for people to know about that event, and I hope everybody can join us over there at the Mayfest event. And I will also have that same week. Actually, that week will be a really busy week for me. That same week, I will have Diversity Fashion Week, May 20, like May 23, 2024, Thursday after Mayfest. I will have a diversity fashion week where I will be representing the Philippines, because it's mostly fashion designers from minority fashion designers from other nations that will come to this event and will showcase their kind of fashions in their country. And in a way, I'll be representing the Philippines in that. The art fashion, our dresses are traditional dresses. I do diversity fashion week like third year in a row now. So because I like that event really, at least to represent somebody that will represent the Philippines. And after that, we will have Los Angeles Kids Fashion Show Sunday after that. So it's a busy week for me. It's also my third time on that. So if you can tune in, I will have my social media updated with those events.
That is actually, you know what? You just said something about the kids. I think for longevity, I think you gotta market to the kids, so to speak, right? Because but
Yes.
the kids, but the kids is all about education, though. I think that if you
Yes.
could get them to see being a Filipino in a certain light, or because what I saw as being Filipino in the U.S. is different from the way kids see it now. Okay, and
And
we can get into it because this is not about my show technically like that, but if you can incorporate that and have the cool factor and be proud of the culture, I think your business can only grow because of the awareness of what the youth are doing. Yeah.
yes, there's also one. There's also an event that I would gladly, participate or get big on. PCN, Filipino Cultural
Nice.
Network, I guess, in colleges. Because
Oh,
I attended one in UC Long Beach, and it was this group of Filipino students that uh, they show Filipino skits, dramas, dances, and I love that show. So I really wanted to be part of PCNs in a lot of schools also, because this is a lot of schools, and
I
to
have
have that in the grassroots area,
I have
I really admire those kids.
I have an idea for you about that. Only because when
Yeah.
I was attending Cal State University in Northridge, I was in a college, Filipino club, right? So we did do these Filipino cultural night. I think because that is so widespread, each
Hmm.
college has their own Filipino club.
True.
If you can figure out a way to either sponsor those organizations, or for the Filipino club, or have a show within the show, would be amazing for you, because you are tapping into that section or that point where people are discovering their culture. So I hope you do that. I hope you follow up on that. Okay.
I really wanted to help them, because these are the new generation of Filipinos that are so into it. They put their heart and soul in producing this show, and I admire them for that. And I wanted to be part of that. I wanted to be a sponsor for that. I did sponsor the first PCN that I watched, and I was totally amazed. And I said to myself that I have to be involved in this, not
Cool.
just in that school, but as much as many schools that I can join in, because I believe this is a grassroots Filipinos, the grassroots where the new generation will looks up to. Even the audience that watched that show, there are lots of students, and the pride that they have after watching the show was enormous. Like it was really it was really mind-boggling for me that a lot of Filipino students are watching that, and I
I'll
should support it in one way or another.
I'll share some more of my ideas later on, but I really think you just hit on how you can grow your business. That is a good marketing activity, because,
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
said, it's not just Southern California. There's in New York, Florida. All those colleges have that PCN that you saw. So,
True,
okay.
true.
All right, let me go ahead and just show this, and let me end this segment by showing some of the people, the pictures about you, the most influential Filipino Americans in 2023. That's you and Maria.
Yeah, that's
And
me with my laughing.
that's your cool laughing mode, like the
Yeah,
weave that you wear, and it's incredibly amazing, right? Like, oh my God, I'm here. This is crazy.
yeah.
You done, Maria? Did they really just do that with me? That's great. Okay, and then the
Right.
last one is that I don't know what you're showing there. What is that you're showing there?
I was selected as one of the 100 most influential people by Amari magazine for 2024, and in my category is fashion, and that is of course by promoting our culture, and that's why they selected me for it. It was really a proud moment for me too.
Fantastic. Let me go back to one of the other ones that I wanted to the poll. I think I did up all the poll already. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick little break and then we'll come back and we'll end the show, okay? I know that everybody probably wants you to continue talking about your journey so far, but we only got an hour and I think we're going to do an extra hour. So let me go ahead and just go into a quick little break and then reset for the end, okay?
All right.
All right, that was from a product. It's for peely nuts, and if you guys are, that's something also another product that I feel like there's got to be more peely nuts in the U.S. People are not discovering that really well. So if you guys are interested in maybe bringing peely nuts into the U.S., let me know. I got a lot of people in the Philippines right now looking forward to market the peely nuts here in the U.S. Okay, so we're gonna end this show. But before we end the show, I gotta go ahead and make sure if they want to get a hold of you, I'm gonna go ahead and show them on the screen how to get a hold of you. Okay, so let me go ahead and make sure I bring that up. All right, so this is his info. Well, no, that's not what his information. That's his information. So go ahead and you tell him if that's correct. Make sure it's correct. Okay, so can you read it?
Yes, noblecreationsonline.com, 1-800-994-8629. Email us at noblecreationsonline@gmail.com. Our Facebook and IG address is at Noble Creations Online.
Wonderful. I love it. So what we're gonna do now is gonna be the fun part. We're gonna do like a lightning, what I call lightning round of questions for Amiel. Fun one word answers. Okay. So the first question I have for you is what you've learned and what. Well, no, that's not the question. What products that seems to be resonating? One word answers. Okay. What products seems to be resonating with the public and your buyers?
Contemporary
Contemporary,
Filipiniana.
right? And then the other question that I have is what you've learned and what did you want to teach other aspiring Philippine brands about the U.S. market?
Be kind.
Be kind.
Be
That,
kind.
that was simple, my friend. So,
Yeah.
being said, if you were to dress someone, a celebrity, with your products or with your design, who would it be?
Filipino celebrity, that will be Catherine Bernardo.
Why?
International celebrity, that will be Taylor Swift.
Okay, there you go. And then the
Yeah.
last
She
question
will
is
look
that
good in Filipiniana.
I'm imagining that would be cool. Now, what do you think generally separates Philippines in terms of their products from other countries?
Based on experience, we put our heart and soul on our product, and that's the quality itself.
Perfect. And to me, let's go ahead and end that show. But we can't totally end the show without doing what's becoming a tradition in the show. So I hope you are ready to get your boogie on, so to speak, like the old saying goes. So here we go. Let's do the happy dance. All right. So get the feel for the happy dance first before we end the show. Okay. So
Come dance with me, Ferdy.
I'm definitely going to do the happy dance with you, my friend. I'm trying to make sure that we got.
All right.
When the music comes out.
Thanks for having me, Ferdy. Had a blast. Let's do this again sometime, all right?
All right. So what I want to go ahead and do is say goodbye to everybody, and thank you so much again for watching Flexing Philippines. Again, Flexing Philippines is not being a braggart. We're not trying to be a braggart. What we are doing is we're just trying to show the strength of what Philippine products is all about. There are 3 people that are watching this right now. I want to say thank you for all of them. And if you have the time, go ahead and let us know what you thought of the show. At the end, our goal here is to really empower. No matter to me whether we have 1, 5, 10. I would love to have a lot of people watching the show at the end. Trying to inspire people with the get that we have. Okay, so what's important to me is that you share the content of this and let other people know that if you're interested in bringing the product into the U.S. market, then please reach out to us so that we can go ahead and provide some data so that you'll be a little bit more not so nervous, just like what Amiel was saying earlier, and minimize the risk. But everything that you do, there's always a risk. You're always just trying to minimize the risk, but there's always going to be something. But it's not about just making money. It's also about creating